This was supposed to be my 3000th video. It took a little longer than I expected, but it's finally here, so let's show the best of my 86 games in my collection. Why not? This is Warlock of Firetop Mountain, currently playing it. It's just been out a couple of days now. Excellent game, recommended very highly. The next game I should show off really is Video Kid. It's a true homage to Paperboy, and Paperboy is a pretty darn good game back in the day. Had a difficulty to it, you know, a bit of a challenge. This game has a challenge as well. I wish there was a save point maybe 3/4 of the way up the street, because it does get really tricky. But if that's game breaking, then just keep it as it is, because this is a good challenging game and it's just hilarious. Lots of 80s references. Next game is Battle Supremacy that I got on the Switch. It's a mobile port. Not a bad one. I mean, the gameplay itself is pretty alright, to tell you the truth. You can tell it has a little bit of leanings towards the mobile in a big way, because just the graphics are a bit dated, well, more than a bit dated. But the online is really good fun. If you can get a game now, because it seems to have died on its ass since Nintendo decided to start charging. And yeah, I joined a lobby and I was in for about 10 minutes, didn't get a single game, which was really strange. It was the weekend and didn't seem to be anyone alive. During the day, I had no chance of getting a game, so it's just one of the reasons why I'm not bothering to pay for online. And it's a shame really, because it's going to kill a lot of online games like this. So if you have paid for your Switch Online and you own this game and you play online and it's still alive, let me know, because it'd be good to know this game is still going strong, because the online part of the multiplayer was so much fun. Mario Kart, that's a must-have game, gotta have it on your system. Mummy Pinball, excellent little cheap pinball game. It's not the best looking game in the world, and as you can see by the gameplay, it's not a bad layout for a table. It's quite enjoyable. You can customize it, which is pretty good. Got camera angles and things like that. It's not bad. It is what it is. It's a pinball game, and it's fun in short bursts. It's a good pick up and play game. Short game I'd play on holiday from bored, or just to kill time waiting for an appointment. That sort of game, you know, a time waster, and it's a good time waster anyway. But you know, who doesn't like mummies? Next game, of course, I'll have to tell you about this one. Full Blast. I've been having a blast with this game. Good shoot 'em up, or shoot 'em up, or shmup. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's a great game. I love it. Fantarok. Now this game is superb. I love it. £5, and it's kind of a horrible horror story for you anyway, because you will get killed quite easily if you're not creeping around and being careful. But you have to use the dark, and you know, the lights are your enemy really, so using the dark to creep around and avoid these aliens and mutant things that are killing the crew. Well, in fact, all the crew's dead, it's just you alive. But all the crew are just, you know, they're just gone now, so it's just up to you to save yourself and escape from the ship. But it's a pretty good game, and for the money, you won't find any better than this. It's very much in the style of Hollow, if you like that game, which I do. And this is one of their little babies too, so I was quite impressed by the company. I thought, well, why not? They gave me Hollow, I thought I'd pay them back and buy Fantarok, because it was a good game, and I do recommend it. It's just excellent. It's just really good atmosphere to the game. The sound design is really good. You have to play with your headset. Of course, there's some demos I've played as well. I won't mention it, but I deleted that as well. Pinball FX free. Well, that's the best pinball sim on the market. Neo Geo Football's excellent. Bilbao, I can't even pronounce it. Mausoleum, excellent point and click game. There's even 3D shooter chapter in that game. It's just a magnificent, good game. Super Mario Odyssey, enough said, it's a classic. And if you've ever stepped into any arcade, Skee Ball is that arcade game that we all know, and it's got motion support. Pretty good game, you should give it a try. I really enjoyed it. Pirates, that's terrible. Moving on to the Legendary 11. That's pretty decent football game. It's so much fun now. They've totally patched it, and it plays a hell of a lot better, just like the PC version. And it's wonderful to play on 2-player. The only downside is this damn automated, unstoppable special finishing move, to score goals when your player's powerful enough. But hey, that's only one moan about the game, the rest of it's excellent. Adventures of Eleanor Temple, very good Spectrum style type game, really enjoy that. Detective Gallo, wow, a wonderful point and click, give that a go. I'm currently playing that. Brawl, a new game I picked up, haven't played it yet but I heard it's really good and it was cheap, less than £1, had to pick it up. Journey Down Chapter 1, which I just started playing and will be up later on, is definitely one of the best point and click games I've played on the Switch so far. Soccer Pinball, it's cheap, it's cheerful, and it's on my system. Oh, it is a good game. Spelling is not my strong point, but that's a game that encompasses dungeon crawling with spelling, and it's good. This jam, quickly flicking through here, is dead online, sadly. I can't get many games. People playing it, but it's just down on its ass, really. It's just not alive at all. I flick through, but that's just a simple horror game. I quite like it. Extreme Poker, a disappointing game really. The video poker is really good, but the rest of it's awful. It's just pretty bland really. Disappointed with this game. But the touchscreen saves it to a degree because at least it's responsive and it's a touchscreen part of the game which I really do like and it really needs it. But I just wish the presentation was a lot better. The game itself is cheap enough, but my god, I was just disappointed really let it down. Moving on, Jurassic Pinball, cheap game, £1.79, can't argue, can't moan about that. Not one of the better tables of the 4 they've released. Party Trivia, yeah, pretty simplistic game. The presentation and the game itself works better using the touchscreen controls. Dream Alone, I just skipped past it, but it's a nice little horror platformer, definitely worth checking out. The graphics themselves look wonderful and the game plays brilliantly and it's tough as hell. Metropolis Lux Obscura, it's a 3-in-a-row puzzle game with a story mode. It's pretty graphic and pretty brilliant as well. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. It's one of the best fighting games I've played on the Switch in a good while, and in fact I have played a few of the demos. This is not really a genre I really enjoyed. The last time I really enjoyed a fighting game was Tekken 3 and probably Virtua Fighter, the first one, back on PlayStation 1, but this game is just wonderful. It's really good, really enjoying it. It's definitely recommended. The artwork, animation, the online play, it's a lot of fun. And yeah, it's definitely worth picking up. Give it a go. You won't be disappointed. Master of Mayhem, also got that, but on to Tanzia, and that is a really good RPG game. Really good graphics. It doesn't try to be anything it's not, but it's definitely worth a go because it's such a great adventure game. Sakurai Pinball, yeah, it's a free-to-play game. Earth Wars, hack and slash game, really decent graphics, but it's obvious it's got mobile gaming history, which isn't too great, but it's one of the better ports. 1979 Revolution Black Friday, excellent game that. Story based, so it's about 2-3 hours long, and there's multiple choices and decision making to be made that can alter the story, so it's worth replaying a few times, so it's good value there. Unexplored Unlocked Edition, excellent little game. I'll have to show you a bit of gameplay on this. The game has special software that procedurally generates the levels of the dungeon in a different way to other procedurally generated games. Now, if I said procedurally, then probably congratulations me, but the game itself is full of traps, and the best thing about this is they can be solved quite easily. Others will stump you, but it's just such a charming game. It has so many options. You can make the world less populated with puzzles if you hate puzzles. You can have it just full of monsters and nothing else. You can have it with treasures, power-ups, more enemies or less enemies. You can just change the game to suit your needs. I get my ass handed to me by this game quite a lot, but I keep coming back for more, and that's a good sign in the game. But give it a go. It is an excellent game and I highly recommend it. The only thing I hate about this game is it's a permadeath game. That's right, I hate permadeath games. So I don't always play this quite as often as I should be, but I hope they put in a mode where you can actually play and carry on from where you died or left off. Maybe give yourself like 3 chances to live, but I'll probably be nagging the devs for that. Maybe in easy mode. Yeah, I'm a bit of a wuss with these sort of games. Next up we have Radiation Island, a mobile port. It's a very good game, I enjoy it. A lot of people don't like it, but there are a few like me who see past an ugly game that doesn't look AAA and see it for what it is. It's an enjoyable open world survival game. Give it a go, it's cheap and it's a lot of fun. Pool Panic, excellent game. A pool sim turned on its head, a must buy. Disease, Hidden Object, I love these sort of games, hidden object games. This has a weird ending, and in fact I played most of this game and I was one of only 2 people who actually did the playthrough for this game. I did all of it apart from one last level which has stumped me. I think it's glitched or something, but it's kind of annoying because I can't solve it and I can't even find anyone in Japan to help me translate any guides to beat that game. Very frustrating, but worth buying because the puzzles are good. Deep One's excellent Spectrum game. This, I say Spectrum because it has the look of a Spectrum game, but give that one a go. It's a very good little platformer, very much like the 81 Spectrum games. Hollow, a few people hate it. I love that game. The guys gave me that for free and I love playing it. Energy Invasion, block breaking, isn't it? It's okay. It's not bad. It was cheap and it's worth the money for the price. Plague Rogue, a nice little game this. Not overly expensive. A good slashing game. Has permadeath, which sucks, but hey, I'm getting good at it now, so I'm not dying as often. Just need to get some skills. Journey Down, Chapter 3. I've just completed Chapter 1 and 2, and I'm on the 3rd one very shortly, and I'll be uploading those at a later date. But it's an excellent point and click game, and if anyone knows me really well, I love point and click games. I'm not great at them, but I do play a lot of them. Star Story, Horizon Escape, little RPG kind of a story game, set in space obviously. I haven't played much of it, but what I've played I've really liked, and I'll be jumping on that one soon. Werewolf Pinball, yeah, it's not bad, it's pinball and it's cheap. Well, I'm skipping through here. We shall pause. Brick Breaker Glaive, that's a pretty good brick breaking game. The music's excellent and it's challenging, and unfortunately I'm stuck on it, so there's no videos coming soon, but I will try and beat it. Clusterpuck 99, if you ever had Crossfire as a board game years ago with the guns and the little ball bearings, that's a game that reminds me of. It's really kind of air hockey to a degree, but it's an excellent little game. I love it. Grab the Bottle, tough little puzzle game that. Grab a bottle, you're a baby, long stretchy arms, yeah, speak for itself. It's a puzzler. Journey Down, Chapter 2, well, I'm 3/4 of the way through this. It's a really excellent game. Journey Down is just such an amazing point and click game. Now, Zotrix Solar Division is a tower defense game and the best on the Switch, full stop. I love it and it's just fantastic. The Fall, a lovely little space RPG kind of game, adventure game, and it's another point and click game. Yeah, I do have a lot of them, and this is one of the best ones I've played in a long time. It's so much fun. I'm on the last part at the moment. Unfortunately, I deleted the gameplay, so I've had to restart it again. So it's going to be a while before I finish that, but I'm basically 90% through the game. But it's excellent. Pater Box, I haven't played this for a little while. The chef keeps beating my ass, but that's an excellent game. Highly recommend that. If you want a challenge and solve funds, pick up Pater Box. It's beautiful, really is beautiful. Scale Electrics, the building is okay. The handling of the game isn't really that good, but it does have its little moments here and there. The racing takes a little while to get used to. Stardew Valley, yeah, well, we all know that one. It's a classic. It's a must buy. Runner 3, I haven't played this in a while. I had to make space, of course. Got too many games, you see. But my kids love playing that game. But the graphics are fantastic. Another must buy, apart from Runner 3, is one. Well, what's that? I can't even see one. Looking at here, Die for Valhalla. Very good little game. Kind of cool in its own little way. I haven't played much of it, but it's definitely worth buying. It's got a great look to it. Riptide, we know that. I was going to get that on PS4. Got it for Nintendo Switch, nice and cheap, and it plays beautifully, really smooth. dungeon rushes. Wow. Now I've got to show you gameplay on this. Well, it's just amazing, this game. Dungeon Rushes is a dungeon crawling game, and you have to crawl your way through all these little dungeons and little buildings and castles and collect treasure chests, and it's like a crafting sort of aspect to it as well, and it's just so well done. I mean, I'm showing you just the menus alone, because the menus alone are a lot of fun, and the game's very addictive. I played quite a lot of this game. I mean, okay, it's been streamed a lot on my Twitch channel, quite a bit, and I did play this a lot. It's just so damn addictive and so much fun. It's, you know, it's not even overpriced. It's a good price to it. Gameplay is straightforward, turn-based battles, which I won't show, but you know, just look at all these ingredients. There's so much in this game that it just beggars belief, and you know, upgrading characters is fun. The next game I'm going to show off to you is Aqua Motor Racing Utopia. Hell of a mouthful for a game, but it's basically wave race. But I think it's a lot better than wave race, because I always found it a little too, well, clunky, like this can be at times. I just found it too poppy. In other words, it just took you out. You know, the rendering on that game was awful at times, but it did play really well. But this plays a hell of a lot better, and it's a lot more fun. The water effects are pretty darn good. Some of the locales could be better animated, but the game has so many tracks, 40 odd tracks, that it's definitely worth buying, because there's just so much to unlock. And I haven't even unlocked everything. I've unlocked like 30% of the content in the game, and I've been doing terrible at the game. But this is one of the courses I really suck at. But it just keeps you coming back for more, and you just want to play these god awful tough tracks. And, you know, I just really want to wish that I had like easier ways of playing this game, like the boys that you have to pass. It'd be great to get rid of those, and you just have to do the course and just win. That would be good, like an easy mode for noobs like me, because I'm not too brilliant at this. I mean, you're supposed to lean into all these waves, and you know, there are ways of getting good, but you know, it's kind of frustrating for me. But I've never been good at racing games, but this is definitely one of my fun ones, and it's definitely one you should pick up, because it is really good. Now, sadly, I don't want this video to go on forever, and to tell you the truth, there are games that I kind of passed on and then decided to play anyway, like the Moose Man, and that was surprisingly good. But it's a story-based game, like most things. It's kind of linear, but it does look pretty good. Spot the difference. I like that game. I don't care what anyone says. I like the game. Touchscreen saves the game for me. Subsurface Circular, a nice robot RPG game. Well, a story game again, but there's not much role-playing elements to it, I guess. But it's just more story-based. So yeah. But RPG, if that's your fancy, then you can't do any better than Super Daryl Deluxe. That's a superb game, as is Darkest Dungeon. Those two are the best games I've played on the Switch so far, Daryl and Darkest Dungeon. IO Hero is a very tough shoot 'em up. I get my ass kicked by it. The bullets that destroy the ships are kind of colour orientated. In other words, you need red to destroy the white ships and white to destroy the red ships. You know, it kind of mixes up like that. It's hard to explain, but it is a good game to play. Skies of Fury, excellent mobile port, one of the best. Plays well, looks really nice. All the loot boxes are free as well. I think before we had to pay for them, but hey, thank God it's all free now. But it is a good game. Sky Piece, interesting game. Collect coins. It's a bit like Sonic the Hedgehog in space, or well, in the clouds. Cheap and cheerful. Sparkle 2 Evo, cheap game. And I like the company that make these games. They give you a discount every time you buy any of their titles, which is good. Across the board, anything. Very worth the extra pennies in buying this if you want to try their other games. Manticore, another mobile port. Really well done as well. It's fantastic. It's just so much fun to play. I wish I had more time to play it. It's a beautiful looking game, and it controls excellently. Raging Justice, one of the best fighters on the Switch. A superb game, and there's 3-player mode, which I'm going to be uploading later. Definitely worth having to go. Sorry, I'm mincing my words. It's late at night. Sky Rogue, A procedurally generated shooter in the skies with futuristic planes and enemies, and a good old feel to the Star Fox genre, I suppose. Well, I call it Star Fox genre. It's just slightly 3D, you know what I mean, 3D ships and stuff. Rogue Ace is an excellent game as well. I've played that quite a few times. Pick that up. Those two, Rogue and Rogue Aces, excellent. Slingming, or Slingming, I should say. Slingming is a puzzler. Excellent one at that. In the Space, superb game. I know I'm getting ahead here. Implosion, superb slashing game. Pick it up. Bertram Fiddle, humorous point-and-click game. Another one. But one of the best ones I've played. The humour on that is fantastic. I just love that game. This has a good feel to it, Inner Space, Slingming, Implosion, they're just good games. Cheap and cheerful for £1, nothing. Well, £1's basically nothing, is it? It's a very stressful little puzzler. Well, it's kind of a free-running game. Oxenfree, not played it yet, but I heard it's good. Hopefully it will be. The Long Reach, excellent game. Loved it. Wish it was longer though. Looked great. Glad I played it. Streets of Red, excellent little game, little beat 'em up, not particularly brilliant at it, but that again is worth your pennies. Violet, point and click game, bought it on sale, haven't played it yet, but I heard it's good. Goetta, stuck on the ending, frustrating the hell out of me, but it is one of the best point and click games, superb. And last but not least, on Epic, well, I haven't played that either, but it's pretty good. This is Mooseman footage, and it's kind of like story driven. It's really got this beautiful art in it, which just makes it stand out. And the Moose Man himself meeting the moose. Yeah, there we go. But it's just such a sweet little tale, which had me scratching my head at times, but I'm glad I played it. But there are a lot of games on the Switch that I have yet to show you, because obviously I've had more games since I've tried to make this video several times. My voice is going, noises in the background and constant cutting, so I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you soon. And all these games I've shown are worth buying.